Right, legends, welcome to the crypto market review. So let's start with Bitcoin. I'm gonna do a few alts, one of the major alts, and we'll do the other alts in a separate one. But some of the major alts that I posted the charts to yesterday. It's all self-explanatory, really. Okay, so what's Bitcoin doing? So Bitcoin pushed up. Okay, and we took out this high here. Now the question is, okay, so let's zoom out a bit. Let's zoom out, clear up a bit. Question is it going to be one of those breakout continuation plays? Or is this going to be a nuke lower? Or is this just going to be die off like this? Okay. Now, I think, if we want the alts to go up, we just want it to go here. We don't want it to really do it much. Just consolidate, really, isn't it? Okay. So let it be. Don't really want to push hard. That would be the ideal scenario. Let our alts go to the moon. Okay. So that's the ideal scenario I'm looking for. Now, we're going to cover all scenarios now. And whichever map it follows, if it's sideways, you're either going to scalp it small within the range. If it's going to drop, well, we're prepared for that. If it's going to rally, well, we're prepared for that as well. Okay. So, what do we do from here? I posted a scenario yesterday, right? And let me see if I can find the picture for it. Here it is. It looks very, very similar to this. See this here? If you look, the boxes. Which I'm hoping we end up doing something like this. The red box. And then we get the blue box. And very, very similar. So is it going to come back into the range? Okay. So, I mean, I wouldn't blindly take it based off that. But anyways, I'm going off, I think, on a tangent. So let's continue with this. So how do we enter this now? So say if we're going to go higher, okay? Say if we're going to go higher, then that's the next target, okay? And if we're going to go lower, where would I feel comfortable taking it? Well, if this is a consolidation, I push the market up. So if it breaks, if it does this, most importantly, it gets back below that macro weekly level, then I'll say, okay, that's probably a shorting opportunity, lower towards this range level then. And then after that, we've got this level towards this range level to take out these lows. Because technically that's the swing low that pushed the market up. Big stop's going to be resting here and then there. Okay, and then after that, it's going to be towards here. Okay, so, and then to the long side, obviously, well, I'll go into another chart for this to show you. If it comes into here, you may want to even spike this, that's fine. Okay, you want to stay above this region, and if it does that, then I'll probably start looking for longs. Okay, so let's mark out a clearer plan for the longs here and the shorts here, and I post the chart, study this chart for the plan, going forward. And this is it. So if I zoom out now, okay, go to the daily, what are these levels? If you've been here long enough, you'll know exactly what this is. This is just a different range. This is 2019 high to 2019 low. Okay, that's what it is, 2019 range. And really and truly, we're stuck within that, aren't we? Okay, that's the midpoint, and then that level is the midpoint between that, and that level is the midpoint between that. It's just more broken down to midpoints. Then after that, you can see just by zooming out, look how pivotal these levels were. That's capping the market. What range have we entered now? That's capping the market. That should cap the market. Okay, if it breaks above here, then it's here. So this makes it easy for me to frame the levels or areas that I feel confident. Okay, once we breached this, then most likely we're gonna go towards that. Or once we breach to this level, then most likely we're gonna go towards that. So they can be used for entry areas or targets. So you can use, or just give you an area to work with. Okay, so when I was down here. So remember, I posted those 2 quarter levels, but also in confluence was this. So you'll find the range levels complement or confluence the higher time SR level many times. Okay, a lot of the times. So let's go forward now and use it and say, okay, what do we do here now? That's the big question. So using the levels I just showed you already, okay? Let me just draw in that macro range level. 1 second. It doesn't really matter what it is. It's around here anyway. It doesn't really matter. 1771, I think, on this feed. Which feed is it? Because the price levels a bit vary. Do change a bit, don't they? Yeah. See that different color, so we know what that is. That's the one I showed you on the Coinbase chart. That's that level there. So what do we do from here now is the question. So like I said, if we get below here. So now you get easy guidance now as to where I feel confident taking the short. And if I wasn't even confident here taking it, you know, say it broke here, what if it was from, you know, what if the market came down and then did this? I don't know. Well, we know that's a macro level. Okay, well, pivotal level. I said, okay, if I want to take a short, I know where my targets are. Remember from last time here, and then here. See how that level was capping these, that range that was capping this from before. Magical. So what you do is wait for it to clearly break, and once it breaks, then go for the short there. Targeting towards these lows here, and secondary objectives here. Okay, that's the clear-cut short plan with what I've got to work with, okay? Now, after that, what about the long? Now, say you weren't confident long, say you say, well, what if I get something like this? Okay, that's fine. What you do in that case is, let it establish itself. You know, on the yearly basis, that's the objective, right? So what you do is, you wait, you let it unfold, you gotta be patient about it, okay? For all you know, we could just be stuck within here, okay? Just like we were stuck within here, these two range levels, we could well and truly just be stuck within here. And everybody's getting hyped up because they just want to get hyped up. So, if it's really gonna break, see when it broke here, spiked up, got below, and then it established itself here, that's a long towards there. What we'll be doing is let it do his thing, consolidate, get back above, and when people will think, oh, you're chasing. We're not chasing it at all. This is planned. Okay, just like here, that range level was capping it. As soon as it cleared itself and has held above here, that's your long towards that range level. Exactly the same thing. Wait for it, let it break. Once it breaks and stays above that, we go for the long towards here. How easy is that trade then? You know exactly how to get in. No guesswork. You already know. I've just shown you how these range levels operate. Okay. Beautiful, isn't it? So I'm gonna wait for that personally, the high probability long. Okay, if that happens, then that says to me, well, I don't have to worry about is it gonna chop or not. First and foremost, I know I'm more of a directional player like this, because in here anything can happen. Could range, could drop, could this, that. Yeah, fuck all of that. Okay. Right now the money's with the alsa. Okay. I just take it from there to there. Simple as that. Okay. Nothing more to it. Okay. So those are the main plays, okay, that I'll be waiting for. Either cleanly break below here, and I'll play it towards here, and then there. Okay, and that's it really. And if you want to play more like day trade type, short term type, first, I mean, it looks kind of shit. I mean, if you do there's other, my Ethereum or, I don't know, some of the alts I posted, they're probably better plays if you want a short term play. But if you felt like you had to, okay, let's go back to here. Then this is the level that we just broke, okay, this is a key level. So recent stops were resting here. Those are massive level taken and we rejected below here. Okay, that's fine. You know what's funny? Let me just try this. So I did do it before, doing it yesterday, and then fucking internet. Take the midpoint of this then. You know if you want to get it, take that. Oh, your mom. Take that. Okay. Now watch this. See how that level to the spike, that range level there. Can't make this shit up, can you? So we wanted to get below here to prove to us that it's a deviation. Get below here really. So at that point, if you're really desperate to, a little play would be, okay, that's key level, you gotta understand, okay, that SR level gets below here, then that's a little scalp play, possibly towards here then, okay, that's up to you. I'm personally preferring it below this range level, if it's gonna go lower, okay, or above here. Otherwise, I play other alts or, you know, majors out there, okay, that are clearer to me right now. So yeah, it's up to you how you wish to play it. So let's see how it does. If it does that, then that's like a deviation then, isn't it? Above last week's high, because that's last week's high. Okay. If it gets back below that, starts breaking down, has to play first target there, which could evolve into something bigger towards these lows here again. Okay, who knows? First objective, second objective. And for the longs, I prefer to take it above this range level there. Done, handled. And that's it, okay, for Bitcoin. Let's move forward now to Ethereum. Now, where's my Ethereum chart gone? Where are you? Yeah, so I spoke about this, okay. Now our previous the range high we were using was that high there, and this level here that I've got is more or less near enough there. It's only a couple of dollars off, okay. The 412 level, okay, doesn't make that much of a difference. Now because we've broken out, I'm using a different range, a bigger range now, and what I've done is take that low there to that high there, and as you can see how pivotal these levels are. Well, you can see the midpoint is a magnet. And you can see this, I mean, I'll include this in there, doesn't really matter. A couple of dollars doesn't make a difference, okay? pivotal level, and then so on and so forth. Okay, now how do you play this? Is this the breakout, or is this a deviation? That's the question. So if I go to the weekly chart now, and as you can see, well, break above, a retest, a rally. Okay, so here we had a weekly close, then in 2 weeks it consolidated, as you can see, 2 down candles, it was more of a consolidation, and after that it was a rally. So I don't know yet if it's going to be that. I don't even know if it's going to be a deviation or not. Because what do we do? How do you play this? Well, this is what we do. So we'll go to the daily now, okay? And this is where I marked out last week's high, okay? So on the daily, if I scrunch this up, right, let's mark our easy cut scenario. If it's going to go lower, okay, couple of scenarios we're going to mark out because we're prepared for them. What if this is it? What if this was a fake and it drops? Gotta be prepared for it. At what point would I feel confident on this? The two areas where once it either gets back below here, establishes itself, drops, or if you're not confident here, just in case you thought it was going to do this, you wait for that. That means you're getting on board later, but who gives a fuck? Probability is high towards here, and in this case, if it does that, I believe it probably come towards here then, or maybe here. So exactly same scenario unfolding here. Point the circle part, and we're in the square part now. Okay. Coupled with the fact that we got key range level, okay, these are all natural SR levels, okay. What I'll be waiting for is scenario one is if it's gonna go lower, high probability below here. At that point, I think we come towards here. Now at that point, you will see is it gonna be a springboard up, or is it gonna keep going all the way lower? Who knows? Who gives a fuck? We'll deal with that then. What if it's a continuation play? Okay, this is where last week's high comes in. Because if you look, where are we at right now? Really and truly, where we at is the consolidation that sent it lower last. Breakdown that took it below here. So this consolidation is very, very key, very, very important right now. Okay, and where we've got this black level from, that level is basically, see this low here. That was capping the market. That's the main SR level flipping point. There, it's easy resistance, spiked up. Sorry, spiked into this level. Support, spiked it. Deviate, go back over it, held, rally. So this is the key pivot. So the easy cut scenario would be if you were to ask me from here, and you weren't interested in the swing trades. Well, I would say, well, if you for whatever reason you think this is bullish, okay, you to ask me from a swing point of view, where am I wrong? I'd say here, okay, this low, that's where I'm wrong. But probability, then it comes to probability of the idea. For me personally, the way I'm thinking of it, for the reason I've given is, this could easily cut the market. This is a point where we're going to decide, is it going to continue or not? If you believe it's going to continue, then you're wrong there. If you want to increase the probability further, then you can say, well, once it establishes itself above this key level, I want to break above this, and above this, what happens previously? It rallies. Below it, it drops hard after retest, obviously. Let's go back again. Clean break above, it rallies towards that level. So the high probability of them play would be, say, I could say, well, I can enter small size for whatever reason you're bullish. If you weren't, you wanted a confirmation, well, that's fine. Wait for it above here, and at least here I can put more money behind it because I'm confident on the idea. And this move here may seem less than getting in here, but it's high probability, which means I put more money behind it. At that point, it's pretty clear. Cut isn't here. Break above, shoots up. Get back above, shoots up. That's where I'm targeting then. It's the midpoint. After that, we'll deal with the levels then. But that from here towards there, that would be my high probability play. For here, I can say, fuck this off. This could be called my day trading area or short term area, with the possibility of a trade evolving into something bigger, which I'll get into now. So let's go down now to the lower time frame and say, okay, now I've got last week's high draw. Now these are just short term scenarios. So while you're either waiting for that, it could take a short term trade, which could evolve into something bigger. So last week's high is clear, isn't it? That's the SR level. Okay, that's capping it. And that's also the 412 level that we were using before. Let me show you what that level is again. Not this. Oh, Bitcoin, where are you? I've lost it. Yeah, nope. Yeah. Let's just show you what that is. It's just this range level, isn't it? It's amazing how precise that level was. See that range level there? So more or less the same level, really. Okay, farm resistance. Like I said, depending on how you draw the range, like that was our range from that high to this low, and that's another range. This is more of a range for a trending environment. This was the range for a range bound environment. because of the consolidation, like I showed, and often they overlap a lot. So I mean, $5 difference for a weekly, monthly chart means fuck all. That's precise. That is okay. So you don't need to worry about it because I mean, I know many questions on. What about this? It's only about $5 off. Listen, relax your battery. It's 5. Okay. So let's get back to that point. I'm getting excited about these ideas now. You know. So let's go back and continue. So back to the short-term ideas. Well, like I said, you know why that level is. So we got a range here. So if it cleanly breaks above last week's high and holds, and by then if Bitcoin gets above the range level I've just mentioned, well, that'd be a bit of confidence for you. But on its own merit alone, it breaks above hold. That's a nice long. And towards that, because that's going to be a magnet for price for the reason I've just given. Every time it gets back above here, that's the magnet for price. So that's a nice long towards there. And would it evolve into something bigger? Who knows? But I could easily close it here. And if it cleanly breaks above here, then my main swing play is triggered then, isn't it? Remember that I just showed? So see how as a small trade that can then evolve into something bigger. Or if you don't want to, get the fuck out there. Let you establish yourself. Get back in then. Easy. Then to the downside, well, if it breaks below here, where's the magnet for price? Fill this in. From there, towards there then. And then if it's going to go lower, well, I can either let it go lower or wait for this to cleanly break. Then you've got decent targets towards the downside as well then, okay? So if you really thought it was going to go lower then, well, you can maybe hold a position on or just add it below here then, okay? And that would then be below the Monday's range that I spoke about here. So going back, right, to this chart, the same levels, remember there was the Monday's range cap in this market? A Monday's range a couple of weeks ago, which doesn't matter, it's a SR level anyway. Whether you want to see it as a Monday's range or not, it's still a SR that's capping it. So either we get something like, you know, this, you can start taking longs there, or here, okay? Or if it gets back below the Monday's range, starts breaking down, play it towards the bottom end of the range. And if that breaks down, then that's a separate trade on its own towards the levels I've just mentioned. Easy as that, okay? So after a breakout below here, what will be the objective then? This high here then, okay? Which lines up with the macro mid-range of the range from the range bound environment. It's amazing the way it lines up. Or maybe I'm just getting excited for no reason. So, moving forward, my bloody light is fucking up. 1 second. So, moving forward, let's do FBTC. I'm going to do a couple of the other majors that I posted, like I said. And with the alts that I post, I'm timing them specifically, okay? So, if I think they're ready, I'll post the chart for it. Okay, so don't worry, the explanations are in the videos. Will be in the videos. So, Ethereum BTC, now what does this do? Now, we approached our macro mid-range high now for this, didn't we? There, that's our macro range high. Big resistance. So say you play the long for a reason. That's what I would look to get out unless you just clearly broke it. So, continuation play to the upside. Where's the next objective then? Well, 29 last year's high, isn't it? This high and then last year's high. At what point would I play? Well, we're around the yearly open. Last year's yearly open, this is, okay? This is last year's yearly open. I may consolidate here. So for a play towards there, what I want to see is, let me consolidate here. So where are we within now? This is going to be capping the market now, okay? There. So what let you do is then whatever it's going to do, and if it can get back above and hold, and that would be my long play. I've got a clear target to reach for, okay? Maybe trim some off there, then 2019 high. But the main thing is once it breaks above here and holds, then that is a major breakout. That is a breakout of this range of what happens last time. So we may get a bit of consolidation here. See here we broke out, consolidated. Then we're on towards this low here then. And then I'm going to have to draw the new range out, which I'll get to later on, okay, when and if it happens. But moon targets then, and then possibly here, and then towards there. So above here, that's when I'm getting interested, okay. Now, within here, what do I do? Well, let's break this down further and say, okay, break this range down into two, and I bet you, I haven't done it yet, I bet you it's, the midpoint is capping it. Oh, yes. See that there? It's capping the market there. So where do you not want it to go if you're bullish, okay? You don't really want it to go below here. So I'd allow a deviation of here, that's fine. But I don't want to go below here. Now here, I'm not really interested. If you know me long enough, you know how I trade. I prefer to play the easy plays, okay? And if I don't get the easy plays, there's always something else that's setting up for an easy play, Okay, that's just my style. There's nothing wrong with taking along here and then going there, saying, okay, that's a low, that's a high, that's a high, low. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. That's fine as well. I just go for what's easier. And for me, get above here, and then that's where I'm taking it. Okay, so for further upside, what you want to see is something like this, and then like that. Okay, so let's see how that unfolds. What about downside? What if this is it? What if this is the high is in? Okay, well, it's a bit tricky to be honest with you. The only way I'd feel comfortable, I don't have a short scenario for this right now, other than if you're gonna put a stop above here, because another smash above here, that means it's probably gonna go higher. Then I don't really have a scenario other than we've got this there. So other than the breakout long above here, and then the downside was capping it, it's here. Okay, so what I do is level to level place. Okay, so this would then be considered a deviation. Now question is it's going to hold. Now the target area for this isn't much, so you gotta ask yourself, the risk reward great? No, the risk reward isn't great here. So although you can technically say it's lining up for the short, I wouldn't take that. Risk reward isn't great. But what I would wait for is, if you did this and then get back above, you could start attempting longs here if you're bullish. If you want further confirmation, which I'm waiting for, let it get back above, and then if it holds above that, whatever, I can either go with a wider stop, because that would then be the low that causes a new high, so higher, low, and then higher high, or you may be able to get something tighter depending on the price action that led to the breakout. You might be able to bung you under there. It depends at the time. So that's what I've got for Ethereum BTC as it stands. Okay, so let's move forward now to XRP. XRP USD. Now I did take the longer than I cut it earlier for a scratch. I'm not happy about this, but if we do break out, what's capping the market? It is this level here. So we've got last year's yearly open as well. No, yeah, that's last year's yearly open, I believe. Yeah, here, and we got this level here is capping the market. Okay, yeah, as you can see, it's zoned it out. So okay, that's fine. If I got out, we're holding above the mid range. This is the consolidation above the mid range. So it's gonna break out. We got the range level there. We're gonna hinge the trade off of. I'm happy to take it there. If it holds, breaking mark structure pattern, play towards that range level, and then if that breaks, towards here. Okay, after that, then we got moon targets. The key is going to be, see, that is the low that caused that high, so this is going to be the pivotal level now. Because technically, high, low, lower high, lower low. If that happens, that's a breaking structure then. I'm not, yes, you can talk these, I'm talking about the bigger legs. Okay, but most importantly for me, even without that, I couldn't give a shit about that. Really, that's just to make, you know, makes you feel happy. If it makes you feel easy to see, that's fucking fine. What I'm looking for is late consolidation as soon as it can break above here and hold. Now, whether you want to take it here or whether you want to wait for high probability, which would be above last year's yearly open, from there towards there, and if that breaks, towards here then. If we smash below here, then probably, well, we'll see what Bitcoin and etc. are doing as well, but that'll be objective there. Okay, towards here then, and then possibly even back towards this range level. I'm quite bullish this, to be honest with you, but I like the XRP BTC pair personally. Okay, let's get on to that now. So all I've done here is, and all of them, if you look at it, they all show the same sign. They all show the same thing. I post one chart, they all look the fucking same. Okay, they are showing signs of, if we took out a yearly level, got above the yearly level. So this is 2019 low. We got below it. So I was looking for bearishness, but it says if it gets back above this level, if we remember ages ago, then that's quite bullish. So it's done the accumulation. If it's bullish, we will consider this as accumulation below previous year's low, breakout, retest. Now all I'm looking for is, now this could be either, or if this is a deviation, goes lower. Okay, so there's method to the way I do things as well. You may think, oh, he's looking for the conservative. There's a reason why I'm doing this, because if it gets back below the year, above the yearly open, then that's bullish for the year. Then that's the continuation play. Whereas here, yes, it could go higher, but this could have easily be a deviation to push lower. Whereas when I post a setup, that is removing all doubt of possibility this could happen, that happen. This to me says if it breaks above and holds, well, if you want to throw an SR, that's fine as well. But in this case, you don't even need SR. The yearly high, yearly lows, and yearly open. And if you look at some of the big fish, that you'll see that these are the main levels they only look at. Okay, I don't need to look at anything else other than accumulation. I sent it below 2019 low. Well, you get above that, or distribution, whatever you want to call it. Above the yearly open, but the consolidation, I pushed it lower. They're selling here previously. That's going to be for buying, and that's a nice long. Where's the objective? high of the year, and then the 2018 low to take out these highs, and then here. And if I look at 2018 lows, crunch the fucker up there, key SR level, key magnet for price. You want to throw in some more fancy stuff? Well, let's do that as well then. If you want to throw it like that, well, that's a breakout of this pattern basic thing, isn't it? That's where the pattern's high probability for me, when the lines up with the yearly and this, that, the other. Okay, happy days. Can't get better than that. Handled. Let's quickly go over BCH. Again, exactly the same thing. 2018 low, 2019 low, monthly open, yearly open. Do I need anything more? No, I don't. Go to the daily. Okay, we're above the daily level. Now, what's the SR level? Let's cap in the market. Right now, it's going to be here. Consolidated. See that high there? Let's cap in it there. We're below the monthly open still. Okay, let it. So this is this the wick? I'll be halfway through, but things crypto things can change a day. Okay, if I want long, see if me long in here runs the risk of consolidating. So if you want to go for a long there, that's fine. Okay, because if it's taken out this low here, I'm just gonna go. Shouldn't really go back below here. You can cut your back if it gets below here, or play the momentum play, consolidation, range. It's not just playing the monthly break open. You're playing the breakout of the consolidation. Then I look for the long there. Okay, you gotta accept the fact that yearly open is gonna be a target. But if we get back above the yearly open, then this is all one big accumulation below the yearly open for a blast off. You understand? So then, and then if you want to wait, you can get a compound above here or get out there, add on a clean break above. But then what's the level that's capping it when you previously broke the yearly open? There, see that SR level there? So when you jumped, broke out of this here. Okay, that was the first high, wasn't it? There. And if it breaks out of that, then that's one big deviation. Then who knows how far it could go. I would personally start saying, let's start drawing out the range levels. Okay, and you can see the power of these range levels. You think I'm just drawing random levels. There's no randomness to this. Okay, see that there, the midpoint lines perfectly with this SR level flipping point. So that would be a nice long then. So I could do with just the range levels on its own. At that point, long towards that range level. If it breaks that range level, towards that. If it breaks that range level, see, just objectives then for price. You understand? Handled. Okay, let's move forward now to Bitcoin Cash USD pair. Exactly the same thing. That's a key level. Okay, pivot for price. This is a consolidation. We just broken up. Okay, this is July's high. We consolidate. We're broken out. We're consolidating there. Let it break out there. Hold, and then that is your long break out to this consolidation. Then towards that level there. If I'm drawing out the range levels from that high to this low, that play here, we're right at the midpoint. We're consolidating there. So if it breaks out above, then that's from that range level to that range level, which lines up perfectly with the SR level, and then from there towards there, and then who knows, start marking out moving targets possibly towards there. Then easy cut plays. Now if it breaks below here, any dip below here, you want it to be short lived. So we could get the trend continuation, but if it dips into here possibly, that's fine. But then if it is going to be a deviation, let it get back above, and then or either way, that's where my long towards there, and then the second target. If it breaks below here, then we're going to have to reconsider, and that could push a lot lower, possibly towards here. Who knows, even go for here. We'll get to that point then. But for now, wait for the longs. Okay, done. Let's move forward now to EOS. Exactly the same thing. So they all show one, they're all the same. But it's just because your confidence in it, because when you're dealing with the higher time frame levels like that, then it's easier to see. You understand? So 2019 low, 2018 high. If you draw it, if you remove all the nitty gritty stuff, that's all that's capping the market. These yearly levels are capping it. Then with the high of the year, the yearly open. Let's go to the daily now. Okay, we've broken above. Consolidation. Accumulation below yearly open. Who knows? Possibly. Okay. Now, what if the scenario is this going to be a perfect retest up? Or is it going to do this and then go up? Or is this going to completely nuke? Okay. Let's deal with that then. Mark out the plans. I'm going to mark out the high for this and mark out the low. So why am I choosing this low? I mean, I could go for the extreme. Let's see. If I do the extreme where the midpoint comes in. Okay, in this case, I'm going to go towards the extreme because that gives me better touches of the mid-range. Okay. Well, plan 1 is. So this was, that's why I'm okay with it dipping to there, but I want to see the deviation and it gets back above and holds. Then that's my long towards the yearly open, and then obviously towards there, if that gives in towards the 2018 low, this area range level, they're nearly overlapping kind of, and then towards that. That's scenario 1 for long. Scenario 2 is, what if it gives me the perfect retest, goes from here, just like here, you know, say if you want to take a long from here, it doesn't quite get to that level there, it hinges off of these highs here, doesn't it? What if it's hinging off of this high? So at that point, what would you have gone for the long? See that there? And then there? Well, let it do its thing. And then if you don't do that, then that's your long there then. Blood clot, done. Okay? So that's that. So whichever one it follows. Or, if I want further, let's go down even deeper. So this is what I'm preparing you, because you don't always get the perfect retest. If you don't get the perfect retest, you want to just sit there with your dick in your hand, or do you want to do something about it? Say, okay, well, how do I get in then? Call the trend continuation, if you didn't already know. And that's in the concepts video. If you look at it, the trend continuation. So if I look at this, what's the level that's capping this? The resistance. Resistance. Take it to the left. Support. Resistance. Resistance. Okay. Breakout to consolidation. Retest to the high. Consolidation there. Breakout there. That's your trend continuation then. Toward the early open. Then the targets I mentioned. Done. Nothing more to it. Nothing less. That's it. Okay. That's EOS. Litecoin. Did I cover Litecoin? Shit, I'm going so carried away with this one. I'm forgetting which ones I've covered and I haven't covered. I don't think I've covered Litecoin. Well, even if I have, I'll do it again. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit carried away now. This is what happens. This is what happens. So 2019 low. Okay. So we haven't even gone above 2019 low yet. So something big could be coming for this. I like Litecoin. Then you're spoiled for choice. Which fucker do I take? Okay. But Litecoin, if you look for, what I like about this is, see the consolidation here. That initially run up, right? We've retested that. See that here? It's retested that now. So all I need to see is, it's not a breakout till it breaks out. It could go accumulate. I mean, I'm holding spot, by the way. I've accumulated spot. So I'm happy to stop buying it all the way down. Okay. But if you want to wait for it, you can wait for it to get back above your 2019 low, which is near enough is the early open. If you want confirmation, if you want to play the momentum play, wait for a breakout. If it gets above there, you take the long there then. Okay. Play towards 2018 low. You can see it has the magnified price. Why is it the magnified? It was the midpoint of this accumulation, this consolidation here. Retest, retest. So that's the magnified price. Not these little SR levels. These are probably just intraday little reactions. You want to play the directional play. That's most likely going to be the magnified price. Okay. Breaks above here towards there. After that is 2020 high. And who knows then? Because after that, we've still got loads of the year to go. This could easily then rally towards here then. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Towards here then, okay. Accumulation. That's the deviation. Above the early open, above previous year's low. There. See that there? Deviation. Exact same as he had the patterns just magically unfold. Above 2020 high, then there, and then we're gonna have to deal with the upper targets then. Okay, so I hope that helped. These are the major ones. Okay, the other ones I'm going to include. Don't worry, the other ones, if you look through the feed, you'll see the charts for them, like IOST and Luna and ICX. That's going to be in a separate video, okay? Because I want to keep the major separate to the other smaller ones, okay? So that's that. So the other ones will follow later on.